Hi guys! Today's video is going to be on how to make 3 different slimes, and the first tutorial I'm going to be showing you is how to make jiggly slime. For this we're going to need some PVA glue, some shaving foam and also some cornstarch. This mix makes a really nice thick slime, but you can also use hard slimes or maybe slimes you've overactivated or they're old. They are so good for jiggly slime, but you're going to need 4 batches of this or a large slime. I like to split this into 4 pieces just because it's easier to dissolve in the water. So I add my first batch and then I pour about half a bowl of hot water on top of it. If you're under 18, please do get a parent to help just so there aren't any accidents. And we just want to stir this in and then we can go ahead and add our second batch. When I'm adding my second batch, I like to add about 15 pumps of foaming hand wash because I find that this makes the mixture really fluffy, and when you're playing with it, loads of bubbles rise to the top, so it just makes it a bit more fun to play with. It is going to get more hard the more batches you're adding, so I like to add the third batch and then I add the fourth batch really slowly. As you can see here, I'm being really slow with it because I don't want it to mess up. And then I add loads and loads of activator, and this is so essential because if you don't, then the mixture doesn't come together. I normally find that when I add my second load of activator, everything starts falling apart, so I think that I've ruined it. But really what you want to do here is make sure that the slime is cold, so test it on the outside of the bowl, and then if it is, then you can go in with your hands and start mixing in activator that way. Everything will then come together and it will be a really nice jiggly slime, as you can see here. To make my marble slime, I used some slime I had left over from my jiggly slime tutorial and I split it into 4 small boxes. After I did that, I started dyeing them with some paints. I don't use acrylic paints, I use washables, and I use pink, blue, green and yellow. After I've mixed all the colours in, I just lay them out next to each other at equal lengths, and then I grab either end of them all together and I swirl them for about 4 swirls. You don't want to do it for any more, otherwise the colours will mould together and you want them to stay separate. After I did that, I put it in a container and left it out for an hour, and then it turned into this really nice marbled effect and it was so pretty. Last but not least, we have my favourite recipe of all time, and it's how to make soft serve slime. For this we're going to need some PVA glue, a 1/4 cup of cornstarch, a 1/4 cup of baby powder, 2 tablespoons of baby oil, 3 pumps of facial cleanser, I use the clean and clear one, and then loads and loads of foaming hand wash. I think I used about 10 pumps, and this just makes it really nice and thick. As you can see here, it became a really nice thick paste, and once it gets to this stage you can dye it if you want. I chose to dye it purple, or you can leave it white, and it turns so hard when you're trying to activate it, so it's really tough and you do want to just keep at it. And when it gets too tough to kind of stir anymore, I do like to pick it up and knead it until it gets to the final stage, which is this. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also subscribe. See you next week!